a great pleasure to welcome President.
The usual words of friendship, cooperation, and commitment, often pledged in the Oval Office, but this meeting, this handshake, could symbolize much more. Pakistan and the U.S. have barely been on speaking terms since the unannounced raid that killed Osama bin Laden in Pakistan more than 2 years ago, and NATO killed 24 Pakistani troops. That led to roads being closed, U.S. aid being cut off. But the traffic and the aid now flowing again. But it was evident in this meeting there is still a huge source of tension, U.S. drone strikes.
I also brought up the issue of drones in our meeting, emphasizing the need for an end to such strikes.
The president didn't talk drones, but when Sartaj Aziz, national security advisor of Pakistan, talked to Al Jazeera, he seemed to indicate the president did give reassurances behind the scenes.
They said that we have largely accomplished our targets of key figures that we want to target, and now they have tapered off, and they probably once the remaining few targets are met.
He wouldn't go any further and spell out exactly what promises were made, but experts say with the deadline quickly approaching for U.S. troops to leave Afghanistan, both countries have little choice but to try to find a solution. For the U.S., it's all about security.
It's Afghanistan and Pakistan's help in reconciliation. It's counter-terrorism, both within Pakistan and groups that are operating across the region but using Pakistani soil. It's the Pakistani nuclear weapons and their safety and security. And then, of course, it's overall stability in Pakistan, which means some economic help.
But the U.S. aid that's been promised each year has been on a steady decline. In 2010, $4.5 billion, then $3.6 billion. The next year, $2.6 billion. It could eventually total $1.5 billion this year. And just $975 million is pledged for next year. Pakistan clearly needs not just aid, but trade and help with development, especially with its energy sector, if its economy is going to recover and if foreign investment is going to return. This meeting, this show of respect, may mark a new beginning for two countries with a complicated relationship, sometimes allies, occasionally angry, but both know they need each other. Culhane, Al Jazeera, Washington.